we're live. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kiss Limelight. I'm your host, Paul Kazar, and this is a show where every week we are blessed with a guest. Just a reminder for anybody that's listening purely on radio that we are live on Instagram, Facebook and Twitch for video feed, so feel free to join in. And let's get the show underway. So introducing somebody who should be quite familiar to various people in the audience and quite new for some others. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Teresa, aka Modulor. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me tonight.
It's great for you to be here. So, Modulor, would you like to just give us a little bit of a background about yourself? Tell us a little bit about your DJ journey and the fact that you're a Kiss FM former radio host.
Yeah. Can I hold it? I used to run a show on Kiss FM about a couple of years ago. I am originally from Spain and I've been DJing here for around 5 to 6 years. And I play different genres within the electronic music realm, but mostly focused around techno, electro. Definitely not what I'm going to be playing tonight, but yeah, it's around that.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about the Kiss Limelight is this is a show about yourself. It's whatever you feel like you want to play tonight in your expression. So you had a show with a co-host as well?
Yeah, I DJ on my own and I DJ as Olivas. And we used to run a show called Deep Digging on Saturday mornings. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. But it also came to an end as well.
And when did that end?
For me, it was around a couple of years ago, and my co-DJ kept doing the show for a little bit longer. Yeah.
Very good. So, shall we get into your first track, perhaps?
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce it for us?
Yeah. So the tracks I've selected throughout the interview, they are.
I got you.
Yeah. All tracks that I've got on vinyl. I play mostly on records. And they are all very dreamy, airy in the techno realm. This one is Traum Prince, which is one of my favorite producers ever. And I bought this record in Japan. It's like pretty rare to find this, so I was super excited to play one of these tracks.
Very good. Let's hear it. So Teresa, just while this track's playing, you came to Australia several years ago and you've been DJing for how long now?
Around 6 years.
About 6 years.
Yep.
And how did that start for you? What was that journey like for how you got started and how it progressed?
Well, my passion for electronic music comes from a very long time, but to me, and I guess for happens the same to a lot of people, that it's about connecting to someone who's catapulting you to try and start DJing, and that happened to me here. I met a couple of Spanish people. I'm obviously from Spain, and one of them was Lucia, who plays with me. But we had this other friend who's a teacher, and also he taught us how to DJ. And thanks to him, we started having heaps of house parties, and then from house parties that went into other things. Yeah.
And what style of music did you start off with?
Techno and anything related to, I don't know, techno, house, down-tempo breaks, and yeah, a lot of different stuff.
A bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, bit of a mixed bag, yeah.
Very good. And you've spent some time away from Australia. You've just come back. If there's an interesting story behind that, do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I've been overseas for half a year, and I just got back at the start of the year. It's been a big adjustment for me, and it hasn't been until recently that I'm feeling that I'm back in Melbourne. I was working in Namibia, which is a totally different world, very, very different. I even tried to DJ in a small village there, and I was kicked out because I was playing something slightly different from the 4 tracks they would listen to. Just to give you an idea on how different the life there is. But yeah, it's good to be back. Life is pretty fun and easy here, and I'm very grateful that we have all these, DJs and music and entertainment and arts, and it made me appreciate a lot what we have. Yeah.
Totally. And you're ready to get back into it and DJing. And ladies and gentlemen, she's looking for gigs, so hit her up.
No, I got back to the gigs in January. It's been a slow start, but I haven't been putting that much pressure. I think everything takes time, and also I haven't been out that much. And in this industry, the more you connect with people, the more you are on social media, the more you go out, the more chances you have to play, which is unfortunately the reality.
Yeah, and it's just part of the strength in the community in this space, and it's really about telling people and showing people that you are here and you are willing, and presenting yourself, and then the opportunities come, right, for anybody that's listening and thinking about getting into it.
Yeah, for sure. If people don't see you, they don't think about you. So you need to be there, and yeah, we
need to keep ourselves relevant, ladies and gentlemen. All right, shall we throw to the next track? Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah, this is another record I bought in Japan, and it's all remixes from a record, a guy called As1. It's one of the names, very good producer with heaps of different names, but this one is reflected on Reflections. The track is called Shambhala, and it's reflected by a producer called Balil.
Very good, very ambient track, so let's hear it. Teresa, you've got some gigs coming up that you'd like to tell us about?
Yeah, I am playing at the rooftop bar next Wednesday for a 7-hour long set with my friend as Olivas. And then next weekend I'm playing on Friday in a venue called Click, which is gonna be with a pretty international lineup for Melbourne with DJs from South America, myself, and Australians as well. And on the 12th, I'm playing at Solas, this new venue that opened at the start of January. And Revolva on the 27th, I believe, 25th, sorry, and on the 27th at Wax Flower, and both of them as Olivas.
Very good. Yeah, that's quite a busy schedule coming up. Tell us, so you've got the 7-hour marathon session. Tell us a little bit about what it's like for anybody who hasn't really got familiarity for playing really long sets. How's that as a DJ to be able to really set that journey?
Well, there are different types of sets. This is particularly a bar set, and it gives us a lot of freedom to experiment different genres, which is always really fun because we can play from down tempo to, like drum and bass, and like play that very slow, house, breaks, electro, even like a little bit of techno, not too much, but deep house. So throughout 7 hours, in the end of the day, you can like experiment a lot and play a lot of different stuff that you probably not be able to play in a club setting.
Yeah. And the energy is constantly changing in a venue like a pub, right?
It's a rooftop bar. It's not a pub. And as a rooftop bar, it's really nice because people are listening but not really looking at you. So everyone is, chatting to their friends, having a good time. Sometimes you see someone kind of dancing, but it's pretty chill, and that's what I like the most of that. The rooftop bar, yeah, it's pretty cool.
And do you have to condition the legs to be able to stand up that long? And how do you prepare yourself for those long hours of standing being on your feet?
It's pretty funny, but they've got a kind of a soft mat.
Like a trampoline.
Yeah, and then they've got a stool. So we take turns. We have someone if I'm playing, my Lucia is sitting, and the other way around. And we are really pretty lucky. We tend to have friends visiting, and it's much better when you can talk to someone while you are not mixing the tracks. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and you get to share the energy and the creativity with somebody. So there's this element of creating something together with somebody from an artistic standpoint as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you always DJ'd with Lucia?
We used to DJ together all the time. Recently, we've been having gigs on our own as well, and I think I feel it's good for both of us to also try do things on our own, because it's a different way we explore the music, and we work really well together. We used to live together. We spent the whole COVID mixing records at home. We have a pretty similar style, but I think it's also nice for both of us to have some solo gigs and explore something on our own as well.
Yeah, it's growth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, shall we throw to your next track? Do you want to introduce it?
Yeah, this is a reissue of a record from a couple of tracks from Atom Heart. This is from Atom Heart. I think the label is Delirium, or the album is called Delirium. But this track is called Adobe from Atom Heart, and if you don't know him, he's Atom TM. He was part of Señor Coconut, one of the founders of reggaeton with like acetone and a lot of like Latin stuff. He's a crazy prolific producer. This is techno. So
enjoy the change of pace.
Techno from 1994, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Amazing. Let's hear it. So Teresa, you've been part of quite a few collabs and
Yeah, I've been part of a few collectives. The one that it's still sort of alive, it's Body High. But we haven't done any parties since the start of the year. We are just always sussing out different venues and yeah.
Shout out to Buddy High. Come on. Let's get the ball rolling.
Also shout out to Lava Brain, who's part of this.
Lava Brain?
Yeah.
Very good. And off camera, you were talking about wanting to experiment a little bit with production and just explore the creativity side and see where that goes.
Yeah, I've been learning production for a couple of years now, maybe 2-3 years, but at the moment I'm just doing it for myself and not really in a rush on releasing anything, to be honest.
Is there a particular style that you like to when you're getting creative? Is there a particular BPM or a style where your creativity really flows in production, or do you just kind of go with it and see where it takes you?
Yeah, I prefer to go with it and see where it takes me, and also try to learn different genres and have something new that I can take on each of these different tracks that I've been making.
And what can you say about your experience of, as the music has evolved, how music has changed in the structures, the formats, the sounds, even the mixing and mastering? Is there anything in particular that you've noticed?
I guess the more music I listen to, the more I know what I like, but also I like to be influenced by other artists and tracks and genres, and I am pretty flexible in that sense that I like to try different music when I play. And for example, the music that I'm gonna play today, it's quite different from the music that I usually play. But after spending a long time in Namibia, I felt like I wanted to play a bit of bass, tiny bit of piano, together with a house and techno, which is what I usually play.
Yeah, very good. And so let's bring this final track in, and then you're going to do 60 minutes uninterrupted in the mix. Do you want to introduce it?
The mix?
Yeah, this track.
Oh yeah, this is from Ryan Elliott. It's called Paul's Horizon, and the reason that I want to play it's because I used to play it a lot. It's one of the early records from my collection, but it's a solid techno track that it's always safe, I would say, and safe and but pretty good. Yeah.
We like safe tracks. Let's hear it. So Teresa, 60 minutes in the mix, starting in a sec. How you feeling?
Good, good. Yeah.
All right, let's just get straight into it, shall we?
Yes. So let's finish this track because I'm gonna start with something very different.
Yep, cool. We'll let it play through.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's go.